Hello and welcome to the incredibly influential and highly successful podcast. My name is Kael. I'm incredibly influential.
My name's Danny, and I'm highly successful.
Today is Thursday, 5th of September, as we're recording this. How are you?
Um, I'm doing pretty good recently. Not much to complain about. You know.
I'm glad because, oh my god, I'm having a week. I'm having one of those fucking weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been over here, getting more used to like my class stuff. It's real strange though because one of my professors only has me doing turning in work. It looks like every other week, which is very strange.
That's fair.
And then another professor looks like they're still setting up the class like while we're in like the second week,
Oh
which
man,
is
I hate
also
that. I
kind of
hate that
weird,
so much.
Like, and I'm looking at like the syllabus, and it says we'll announce due dates like out throughout the semester, and I'm just like, I would prefer if they didn't though. I would prefer if they just had it like all at
hmm
once. But yeah, I guess they're still trying to figure that out. And then you kind of heard it a little earlier when I was in the Discord. The third professor is giving some very vague instructions on the assignments. Uh, it's like like a writing class, like an English class, right? And instead of
hmm
giving me a word count, it just says write for 7 minutes. And I'm thinking to myself, sure, I I could do that, but like, how much do they expect me to have in 7 minutes? It'd
I
be
think
nice to get like a more guidelines on that.
I from my understanding, this seems like a way to test your writing capabilities. Like they're trying to get a feel on like what is reasonable to expect of you. So it's like when they're saying like with the typos, like you said earlier, you were like typos are fine, like misspellings, miswording, and that's fine. I think they're trying to get a handle on like what you can be expected to put out in 7 minutes and like then go from there. Like that's how I understand it. I don't know though, but like I kind of see that. I don't know, but my sort of my thing is just like I would just do it like stream of consciousness. Doesn't matter the content, doesn't matter the typos, doesn't matter anything. Just you said like you have to like watch the video and you have to comment on it, right? I would just do that like that, like just like as fast as you can. Stream of consciousness doesn't even have to like make sense, but just like try and give like an accurate perspective, like how much work you can get done, how much writing you can get done in 7 minutes, right? Time yourself as soon as you're done, or like as soon as you have like the Google Doc or the Word document open, and just as fast as you can.
Hmm.
I think that's what they're asking.
Yeah, it's just that for me, I feel like it's a little bit easier when I have like an actual like set of parameters, I suppose, right? Because I don't want it to be a thing where it's I do what they say, but I don't do it exactly the way they want me to because like they didn't say it, like
I get that. I
out
have
loud.
some assignments like that too right now in this semester. Um, but like I'm telling you, dog. I think it really is like you're overthinking this a little bit. I really think it is just like a diagnostic thing. Like they're not even grading it for like if it makes sense or anything, right? You could write it in fucking Aramaic and like you
Sure.
know.
Yeah, no, you're right. I I'll just do it, you know. Out of all the classes, it's like the one class that actually seems like a normal kind of schedule at least, right? Because I've never seen like the every other week thing happen before. That seems very strange to me. And also this third class, the one I was telling you that doesn't have anything set up, that's also a little alarming because I don't know how it's gonna work
hmm
out. I feel like we're gonna get overloaded with work like at least 1 or 2 weeks, which I'm not looking forward to. My in-person class is going pretty good though, because those are my three online classes. My in-person classes so far so good.
I'm really upset that that one of my classes is online and not in person. Um um my the professor who teaches it, I had her for my psych stats, and I interviewed her for another class, and we got to talking, and like her specialty is like hearing, right?
Hmm?
And she's teaching a perception class, right? And like that's her specialty. She wrote her entire fucking like dissertation on this. Um, you know, like it's like the thing that she knows most about. And like with online classes, I don't ever feel like I'm understanding anything, right? Like her class is sort of different because she's like kind of asking us to do like application type stuff. Her assignments are sort of more different than ones that I've had before, where it's like last week, for example, I had to draw um a a brain and like label it, and then I had to draw like a uh uh monopolar neuron with and I had to label like the dendrites and the axon terminals and you know the myelin sheaths and shit like that. And like that, you know, like that's something, right? Like that's sort of application and stuff like that. But like the majority of the time with online classes, I'm not learning anything. I'm remembering. You know, I'm regurgitating.
Well, like depending on the class, that's all you really need to do. But
I
obviously,
know, but
for
like
some
this is
classes,
my
like the one
field.
you're talking about, right? Like you actually want to retain it.
Yeah, this is
I
my
think
field.
that I think you can like learn, like actually learn like online, but it really is like self-taught. And at that point, it's like, what's the point of the class if you're just teaching yourself?
Yeah, I could
But
just be. Yeah, I could just do
that's just kind of
research
how it is with
myself.
online
Yeah,
classes, right?
yeah,
Either you remember things, you pass a class, or you actually learn. But either way, it's kind of all on you to do everything.
yeah. And like I already, you know, I already did like this sort of um I've already done like so many online classes, right? Like my entire associate's degree, bar one class, was done online, right? And that's like you know like that was easy, right? Like it was easier, but I don't feel like I have a better recall of that information than I do the information that I learned like in person classes, right? Like when I did but like again that's also like an issue of like how it's taught. I would also say because I had a professor in my first semester at university, my first semester in like as an actual psych major, um where uh like all the like assignments and stuff like that, there wasn't any application. There were like discussion questions, but like that was the closest to application we got, right? The rest of it was just like quizzes and like um tests and stuff like that, and like short answer questions, right? And it's like and that was in person. Like I went to almost every single lecture that he did, right? And it was mostly just like slideshow notes. There wasn't really any like projects to like learn shit or like any way to like apply it. And I don't know. I I get that there are some classes that aren't tailored to that, but at the same time, like it's just so much more engaging when you can have these assignments that aren't just, hey, here's uh here's fucking test questions, here's some multiple choice test questions based on what you've learned. Go nuts, you know? Ah man.
Yeah, like I definitely think that classes, kind of like how you were saying a little bit, like are a lot more engaging and a lot more you can get into them a lot more whenever it like relates back to either something that you're interested in or something that you can like see like a reasonable real world application for it, right?
Also that, yeah.
For example, you're taking all this math in school, if like your teacher never like kind of like connects that idea of math to like real world subjects to you, you're thinking, what's the point, right? I'm
Yeah.
just doing math to do math. But as soon as they introduce, they're like, oh, you can do it for this, you can do it for that. Like, those are like real world kind of examples.
Mhm.
I feel like that definitely like helps me at least, be more engaged because I'm like, okay, I can see the purpose of this now.
Dude, I'm so mad. I had to take an applied calculus class here at in university for both of my majors, right? Like it was required for both of my majors. I'll remind you, I'm a psych and management student. There's no good reason why applied calculus should be for either one of those. But the one real world application that they used was the PERT
Yeah,
um,
PERT.
formula for like compounding interest, and that was it. Like that's the only like real world application that that they had, and it's like it's a fucking applied calculus course. I want my fucking money back,
There's a
right?
lot of like real world applications for calculus, just not in the field that you're going into,
No, absolutely not.
which is why it does seem a little silly. Because like I in from my experience with calculus, it's a lot more relevant to my major. So like for me,
Yeah, you're a fucking
can
engineer.
I can get behind it a little bit more. But for you, I'm thinking about all the things that I would use it for, and that like people in my field use it for, and like none of them really relate to you
Yeah,
to what you're
like
doing.
and vice versa, right? When are you gonna use z scores? When are you gonna use standard deviations? You know that shit.
Standard deviations are sometimes helpful in like stats,
Yeah, but
but
like when are
I
you
don't
even
really
gonna need
know.
stats? Really? As an engineer?
Maybe some parts of engineering or some parts of like the information
Like
gathering of engineering, but
barely, kind of.
yeah, but definitely not on the same scale, right?
Not on the scale of fucking me right now who has to do I have to do a fucking the whole like course long project in my psych research methods class is we have to do data analysis. And so we have to get some data sets from our professor, and we're gonna me and two girls from my class, we're gonna um analyze that shit, right? And that's you know that's something, right? But what would you have to do? When are you gonna have to write like a uh uh do like an ANOVA, right? Like when are you even gonna need to know what an ANOVA is? Probably
I
never.
can't think of can't think of a reason why I would need to know what that
Like
is.
do you know what ANOVA stands for? Did you even know it's an acronym?
I had no idea what you were talking about. I know about supernovas,
No, no,
but that
no.
doesn't feel like that's the same thing.
It's capital A, capital N, capital O, capital V, capital A.
Oh, you were saying a nova.
ANOVA, yes.
I was confused why it kind of sounded like you saying something at the beginning of that every
No,
time.
yeah, I was like ANOVA. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I no clue what your acronym means.
It's analysis of variance. You know,
Uh,
and when are you gonna need to like actually use that?
Probably not too often, if I had to say.
It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's not a thing outside of like the kind of research that like we're doing, like putting out in like papers and shit like that, right? And you're not doing that kind of like research, right? I don't even know if you would end up doing research at all. I'm sure you're probably doing like practical shit, right? Like that's like we are going into such completely different fields, and yet they're making me take applied calculus. But I've already taken all the math I need for my psych course, right? Or like all the math that's specifically taught in like for psychology, and you don't fucking need anything in calculus. I was taking applied calc at the same time as I was taking my psych stats course, and there was no carryover between the two. There was no overlap. It's two completely different things, and I've never had to use the calculus in my psychology career, and never had to use it in my business career either. So it's completely fucking ridiculous, and it's like padding our fucking course load because my school's fucking broke. And we've had to lay off like 89 people, including faculty, which is never a good sign. So at the end of the day, I'm thinking like, all right, we are probably going to shut down, and it's like, if not now, when? You know, you know, it
Yeah.
sucks. Um, like I'm fairly close to graduating, and I have a really good GPA. As of like including the summer semester, I'm at 3.765. Um,
Well, I'm gonna have two GPAs after this semester because I'm taking two different colleges. Uh, my Lone Star GPA, my community college GPA, is still pretty solid. And I'm hoping that I can get a good start on my university GPA. I only have one class this semester at university, so it really whatever that class gets is my GPA, right?
yeah,
But I'm really trying my best to start, you know, on a good spot.
yeah. Um, Danny, I have something that's like completely unrelated, or mostly unrelated, that I want to ask you about, if that's okay.
Um,
But
Mostly unrelated or completely unrelated?
I mean, it kind of has to do with what I was talking about like the stuff I have to do in my class.
Okay, so pretty unrelated, I see.
Um, yeah, pretty unrelated to grades and stuff. But I want to pick your brain because you're not a psychology person.
All right.
Um, so I have this idea for a study, and I want to pick your brain about it. Um, I was thinking about doing a study where we find out if people who are generally considered attractive um are sort of more or less empathetic. Like does people's attractiveness um have a um like a relation, is there a correlation between someone's attractiveness and their level of empathy, right? So I was wondering like uh what you think that like the hypothesis would be on that.
Well, um, how are you like determining attractiveness? Is it like a scientific like method of determining attractiveness, like face symmetry,
I was
height,
so the
or
way
is
I
it
was going to
more
do this,
like a survey between like a lot of people type of thing?
that was what I was going to do, and I was also going to do a bit of a uh I was also going to include that in the procedures. I was hoping I wouldn't have to explain my procedures here, but I did work that into it. And I think you might be interested in how I did it because I feel like it was a pretty smart connection, right? Um so I was thinking like you take a sample of, roughly equal numbers of participants from both sexes, and um, you get like a very basic photo of them, like a DMV photo, basically, right? Um, and with those participants, right? Let's say it's like 30 or like 30 each, right? Um, and they, uh, you know, you do something. I'm reading a study right now where like they showed like a clip from a documentary about like how elders were getting a lower standard of care than like middle-aged and younger people in the UK from like the NHS, right? And and like um they were like grading um the galvanic skin response, which is like how electrically conductive your skin is, which is basically like, your palms are sweaty, pretty much.
Hmm.
Um, so like the galvanic skin response, um, plus some other measures of empathy, right? Like they were asked like how they felt, right? So like something like that, in order to get an empathic sort of response, right? To sort of see like whatever it is, and then we take those numbers, right? So we have the data, we have all that, and then the we have a second group of participants, right? Preferably a higher sample size, just because um like just to get like a better like average, a more powerful statistically average for um like what level of attractiveness people are gauged on.
Mhm.
And so we take that DMV photo, we show them that, and then we ask the people who are rating the attractiveness how a series of questions about the person's personality. So it's also kind of a study on what's called the halo effect.
Mhm.
Uh, I know you're not a psych person. Are you familiar?
The halo effect sounds familiar. I'm sure if you say it, it'll come to me because I've
It's
definitely heard of that
it's
before.
not about the effect that Halo Combat Evolved had on the video game industry.
That was my
But
second guess, but I'm pretty
yeah.
sure my first guess is more accurate.
So for the audience, for those who don't know what it is off the top of your head in the audience, the halo effect is that when somebody is uh I guess when you know someone has one sort of positive trait, we tend to ascribe other positive traits to that person as well. So, and it's usually with attractiveness. So, like, we usually view like attractive people as like morally better, if that makes sense, right? Or like smarter or something, you know? So, um,
Mhm.
we're also gauging like the halo effect, right? So it's like the perceived level of like empathy, right? So like if you like some of the questions would be like um seeing this person, right? Do you feel like they are, um, do you feel like they are more sympathetic when a bad situation happens, or um, do you feel like they're uh, more caring? Like rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 for how likely you think they would be to um, stop to help you pick up your books if you drop them, right? Something like that, that sort of thing,
Mhm.
right? Um, so subjectively, we'd be gaining like, okay, how, like, um, do they think this person is attractive, and do they think that a more attractive person is kinder and has more empathy? And then we're seeing from like straight from the horse's mouth how or I guess rather the person's skin how uh empathic they are. Fuck you, I thought it was funny. I thought it was a good joke. Fuck you. um but yeah, I don't know, what do you think about that?
Well, I feel like whenever you're doing anything based off of something like attraction, which is very subjective, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of other things that you gotta consider to make sure your information or your data doesn't get what's it called?
Yeah, I will agree this is very preliminary. I haven't given it a lot of thought. It's just like it sort of came to me in the last few days or so. And so I've just kind of been like thinking about how we would do this. And I just yeah, I was like thinking about it and I'm like, oh, that kind of makes sense. All right. And like you could be able to do like gauge multiple things. And then like I said, I was reading this study for an assignment that's due tomorrow, and so I was like, oh, that's how they measured like people's emotional states, right? Um, so it's just sort of like a combination of things. What I will say is like a confounding variable um, is like because our sense of empathy sort of develops when we are a kid. Does it make a difference if someone like was always sort of considered attractive by their peer group, or were they a late bloomer, or did
Yeah,
they
that's kind
used to
of
be but now they're not, or were they never? Right?
yeah, see, that's kind of where I was thinking about it as well, right? Where it's
Mm-hmm.
like how like what is the source of their attractiveness? Are they attractive in this way? Are they attractive in that way? Because there's different ways you could be quote unquote attractive to like certain people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did they work for their attractiveness? Were they born with it?
Yeah.
There's
Mm-hmm.
lots of that's why whenever you say attractiveness and then try to attach things to that, it really I think depends on a lot of different things. So it's kind of hard to only
Yeah.
focus on the attractiveness, you
I
know?
just want to see what the correlation is from there, and then I want to maybe uh
Because, you also have uh like the Mean Girls, right? Like
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
that movie they were all considered like attractive, but you could tell that a lot of them kind of had like meaner kind of
Qualities.
faces, right?
Yeah.
Like so versus if you look at like the Disney princesses, like that sort of thing, like they're more like softer features and they're attractive, right? So the soft features and attractive, sharp features and attractive. Do sharper
That's
features
true.
look like they're meaner? You know what I mean? Do
Mhm.
do sharp this do softer features look like they're nicer? You
Yeah.
know,
That's
that sort
fair.
of thing also could possibly have an effect on like perception in other people's mind. Like they're both attractive, but
Yeah.
they might be
I
perceived
I
differently.
think I think a big confounding variable for that is also like if you're including like expression, that's why I was saying like DMV photo is going to be like relatively helpful. If everybody's making basically the same face, then it's going to be a lot easier to gauge it on that, you know what I mean?
I
Um
suppose, but like
but
there's still like natural things that would show through that. Like again, like if they have like really sharp features, that'll show through without an expression.
yeah, there and then like big eyes. That's a big thing. But then again,
Mhm.
big eyes is generally seen as attractive for like for men on women. Big eyes is generally just seen as attractive and seen as like nicer. So yeah, but like that's very good points. I feel like that's like definitely a good thing like mentioned in the discussion. And I think yeah, there's like a whole bunch of like different things, but like I don't know. I think just for like a preliminary study to do research on this sort of topic, is there a connection between people's subjective attractiveness at whatever age we decide to sample, right? Um and their level of empathy and their perceived level of empathy, you know? I just think it's a good like preliminary. But you those are all excellent points. I've thought about that as well. And yeah, I don't know. But like I don't know, would you give me like 500 bucks to do that if you were in a position like if you were like a university, would you give me 500 bucks to do that if it could go in a journal and make your university look good?
Well, it's definitely something that as a consumer that I'd be interested in like clicking on if I like saw that as an article. I don't know enough about being in a position to like sponsor things in order to tell you if like if I was in that position would I do that? But I don't see why not, you know? I feel like it's an interesting question. Uh again, I don't I don't really know what better things they have to sponsor.
That's fair. That's fair, honestly. This is not your field, so I'm not surprised that you're,
If they have better things
yeah.
to sponsor, obviously it's hard to to justify your thing over something else that might be more beneficial. But still, I'd like to see it if it happens.
Yeah. All right. That's fair. So out of like on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being I'm going to personally give you money to make this study happen, and 0 being you need to pay me just for giving me this fucking awful idea, just for making me listen to this awful idea. You need to pay me. Where are you on an interest level?
Um, I'd say somewhere between 7 and 8, maybe like a 7.5.
Okay.
I My only worry is that because what you're testing is very subjective in like nature, I feel like you'd have to do a lot in order to kind of make it as scientific as possible, right?
That's fair. That's true. There's a lot of work that goes into
And
that.
and I'm not really sure right now, just sitting here thinking about it for a few minutes, how you'd be able to get to that point, but I'm sure you could.
It's mostly if you wanna know the main thing, it's sort of the law of large numbers where it's like yeah, something is subjective, but when you have enough participants, it sort of averages out in a sense.
Well, maybe if you got a very large sample size of people and you separated them into different categories based off of like the type of features that they have, I suppose, and then you could have like little subsections of like attractiveness, right? Like these people are attractive all based off of these features. These people are attractive based off of these features, and see if like maybe even deeper level of your research could be like what type of attractive people are perceived in different ways, like what features, you know, lead to like more empathy or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Or you could always go based off of the more scientific or a method of attractiveness, which is like face symmetry and stuff like that, because
yeah. Hmm.
that's things that are more you're born with
Yep.
than subjective.
Hmm. Well,
Uh,
you're born somewhat, but then you can lose facial symmetry um very easily as well, you know?
yeah, obviously there's still a little bit of variance there, but I feel like there's a little less variance there compared to just pure subjective.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like that is a good point, and there are a lot of ways to get rid of those confounding variables, and a lot deeper analysis that you can do. But like, just to start, because like I've been looking around, and maybe it's just because search engines are so fucking crap lately that I have not been able to find like any research on this. I've not been able to. If anyone can find any studies about this, I would love to see them because I think this is really like an interesting topic, and I'm really interested to see like does the social experience of like being seen as attractive make you more or less empathetic. Like it's to the point where like I don't know, I will say one of my flaws as a person is I'm very prone to making educated guesses. um but like even in this situation I literally don't know what it would be. Like I can see it going either way and I could be convinced either way on like the numbers. And so
Yeah,
I'm really open to seeing like what this is and like what the numbers will show. But like I think it's a good place to start for like finding that out. But like I said, not a lot of people have done this kind of research that I can find. You know, even Chat GPT, I've like asked Chat GPT to be like, hey, find me some studies about this, and nada.
yeah, like same way here, right? I feel like a lot of the times when I hear questions like that, you kind of can come up with a guess based off of like things you kind of already know, but
Hmm.
because it's like an issue that I've never really heard, dived into super deeply, I am really curious. That's why I think as somebody who's hearing your idea, I'd be interested to see what you find. Um, and I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't know, but another thing we have to see is the ad break. So we'll be right back. This podcast is sponsored by Amanda Redwine, your no nonsense talk therapist and parent coach, serving individuals and couples in both Illinois and Florida for counseling/therapy, as well as worldwide for parent coaching. Amanda's specialty is working with teens and young adults, as well as their family systems. Amanda has extensive experience working with youth who identify on the LGBTQIA+ spectrum. She has also done couples work based on a foundation of the Gottman method. She brings a light, no nonsense approach to treatment that is approachable and empathetic. She is unflappable and makes her clients comfortable from the very beginning. Find out more at www.amandaredwine.com. That's AMANDAREDWINE.com. Thank you again for sponsoring this episode, and back to the show. All right, welcome back, everyone. Uh, for our patrons, sorry, there's a little bit of a gap in between, part one and the full episode ad free. Uh, you know, it's when did we record last? I don't even remember. I don't. Do you remember what day it was?
No, don't.
Was it Wednesday or was it Thursday? It says it was 3 days ago when I put it out on Patreon. So whatever the 6th was,
That could be anything, man.
that was Friday. I think we recorded on Thursday. But yeah, how was your weekend? Now it's Monday now.
Well, it was pretty fun. I did a couple different things. I did volleyball on Friday.
Hmm.
I went to the Houston Japan Festival on Saturday.
Of course you did, you fucking weeaboo. What else?
Okay. And then I went um more volleyball on Sunday. I went out afterwards with some friends from the volleyball place. We hung out, played some pool, went to a bar. Um,
Did you go to Ojos Locos?
no, but you know, I'll have to go there some other time. Andreas keeps asking.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. That sounds very much like him. You are, yeah, you're right. That's fair. That's very much fair.
It's always a
Ah,
suggestion whenever, we want to go somewwer. He's like, "How about Ojos Locos, guys?" I'm just like,
which one does he want to go to the one by the pool hall or does he want to go to the one that your friend works at?
well, the one my friend works at, to be 100% honest, is way better in terms of both aesthetic, because it's not as loud, and um, like outfits.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just a lot better location. Because
Are
I've
you
been
sure it's the outfits or is it the girls who's wearing them?
No, it's definitely the outfits. Maybe we just came like during like a special event though, because
I
that
think
might be
you said it
why.
was. I think you said it was a special event.
Yeah, but also like again, it was a lot. It wasn't nearly as loud, so I think you could enjoy yourself more.
Yeah, no, that is fair. I think if you want the best experience at Ojos Locos or Tilted Kilt or Twin Peaks, Hooters to a lesser extent, the best thing you can do is get a lady a lady friend who swings both ways and you bring her, you know? Cuz then
Mm.
that way you can sort of appreciate together, you know what I mean?
Or you
But
could just go with the boys who can already appreciate.
nah, dude. Nah, trust me. Trust and believe,
What's the
man.
difference though?
Night and day, right? Night and fucking day. It's so different. It is. I feel. All right. I need you guys to understand. I'm not drunk right now. I'm extremely sleep deprived, but I'm not drunk. Psychologically, same thing. I wouldn't put me behind the wheel of a vehicle right now. But um yeah, it's so different. It's so different because with the boys, right? You know, it's a competition. You know, some of them might go home. You might all go home alone, but some of them, you might get a couple numbers. You might get a couple, uh, you know, Snapchat usernames, etc., etc. You
I
know,
feel like that's more of like a bar thing though, not like a Twin Peaks Hooter or Locos thing.
if you spit game, it don't matter where you are. If you know how to spit game, which I'm not convinced you can.
I think that really where what it comes down to is how good of a tipper you are as well.
There's also definitely that, 100%. Um, I'm friends with some bartenders because
Because
I tip good.
because
Yeah.
Andreas said that he got mad at me one time. We were at a Texas Roadhouse,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently the girl that he was flirting with there got mad that I didn't tip as much as I should because I was with him. We both had separate bills.
What did you tip?
I tipped like $4, but I only got like one thing, so like that was like 20% of my that was like 20%. $4 was like 20%, so I was like, okay, I'm good, I'm chilling.
I don't know. Whenever
I
I
go based off of percentages. I don't go based off of, like anything
mm,
else.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's fair.
Percentage wise, I was in the clear because like my meal was only like what, like $15,
Yeah.
$4. That's like 20%.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I try to tip pretty good. I was at the I was at the club on Saturday night and we had foam night. It was like the foam party, you know. They blocked off like half the dance floor and they just shot like foam into it, right?
Hmm.
And that was fun. Um but one of my friends, it was like her like second shift bartending. I guess she was also working on Friday night. And we went there as well. So we I tipped her pretty good, and then I tipped her pretty good on Saturday. But she did a pretty good job for her first time like actually bartending. They had her making rum buckets, like rum and fruit punch. They had her on that. It was like a separate stand from like the actual bar. So she did a pretty good job. Shout out Ellie, good job. Um, man, I feel I feel worse than I did when I came back from that. I came home a little bit early. It was cold as balls and I walked home because I drank like a Jaeger bomb and two literal rum buckets. Um I came home, I streamed Star Wars Outlaws for 30 minutes and then I got in bed and passed the fuck out. Oh my god. But it was cold. It was cold on the fucking way back. I don't know why they did the foam party when it was like 45 degrees outside. It was colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra. I swear. It was fucking ice cold. Um, but yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I went with my roommate. We had a good time. I went home a little early because I had to work. And yeah, I was I wouldn't say very, very drunk, but I was uh I was feeling it. I was feeling it. Are you have you gotten a hangover yet, Danny?
Um, I've gotten like a headache, but like it's not been like terrible.
I
I
don't
guess
get the
like just
headaches.
I guess like just some extent, maybe, but usually I don't drink on days before I have to do anything, so I can just kind of chill.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've never
I
had to like throw up. I mostly just get like hangover, and I
yeah.
feel like my body feels like real like tired, like my bones,
Yeah.
It's probably because I also like I'm always usually dancing
Oh god no. God no. They got me
because
dancing on the phone party and no. No.
and I
Not
and I
not
really
again.
I put in my all whenever I dance. So because I just woke up just now. I wasn't dancing last night, but I'm noticing that my arms and my legs are hurting a lot more from volleyball.
I They don't make enough liquor to get me dancing, right? Like there's a line of like when I would be comfortable with dancing, and that line is many drinks after I would be any good, right? Like I would be so uncoordinated by the time I was like drunk enough to dance that it just never happens. So I just never drink that much for my own reputation's sake. I would never. I would never.
It's kind of hard to I don't know, mess up a pretty simple dance. Some of the dances are more complicated though, but you could do like I don't know, the Cupid shuffle or something.
I mean, uh,
The cha-cha slide. You got it, man.
what'd they play? Did they play the fucking cha cha slide?
They play a lot of Spanish music down here, so it's a lot of like
Well, no shit.
Spanish,
Yeah.
like dancing.
Yeah, because you're all
But
Mexican. Yeah, we know.
no, it's a lot, but not all.
Yeah, you're right. Some of your Guatemalans and
No, yeah, we got
Hondurans and
we
shit.
got like Hondurans, what's it called? We got
Guatemalans,
El
Salvadorians,
Salvador, Venezuela, Colombia,
Costa Ricans.
Costa Ricans. Puerto Rico, Puerto Ricans.
But Puerto Ricans are American. Get it right.
Yeah, but they're still like, they're still like Spanish in nature, like they still speak Spanish. They still like enjoy Spanish music.
Would you call that a fucking Floridian, or would you just call them American?
It
Because
depends on how
Florida does
Floridian
that.
they are.
I would say Floridian doesn't describe that. Floridian describes um a meth head alligator wrestler wearing parrot head merch. Um and I
I
just
do
now
love
realized
that this is the extreme stereotype.
I am a Floridian. I just from that description, that's shit.
That's
That might be
you.
me.
That's you. That's crazy. It's wild.
Oh man. Man. It's just about the 1 year anniversary of losing JB. It might be like I know
One
it's
year
this month, but like
anniversary.
it might be like today. It might be a little bit later, but uh, the 1 year anniversary is right around here, and it was the first. It was the first. So we've had more than 1 year without Jimmy Buffett, and I just want to say fucking rest in peace, man. Pour one out for old JB. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
God
Mhm.
bless you. I mean, yeah. I always say it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. If we had both been of legal age to purchase alcohol at the same time, they would have run out. The whole world. Like we would had to like go into every single prison and drink the prison wine out of their fucking toilets. And even then, it still wouldn't be enough. So he gave his life. He said he passed on the torch. He's like, all right, Buckaroo, this is your time to shine. And my plans for my birthday are not to disappoint him. Uh, so my birthday, Danny, you remember what day is it?
Oh man, off the top of my head like that.
Yeah, come on, come
Oh
on.
man, that's such a good question. I feel like your last birthday happened, and then I was like, oh, I'm good for a while. But now I feel like you're hitting me with this, which makes me think that I'm not good anymore.
Uh huh.
Um,
Uh
it's
huh.
coming up. Yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. And the year's almost over. Like second half, right? We're getting it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
Yeah.
And you really love the fact that your birthday is, before Thanksgiving, right? Because you don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say that is a benefit. Sure.
I think I bet you love that your birthday's also before Halloween.
Um. Kind of. Sometimes.
You
You
sometimes
know.
enjoy it, or is it sometimes before Halloween? I feel like that'd be a little
Um.
confusing, wouldn't it?
Um. I'll I'll let you be the judge of that.
Mhm. Just give me just a second. I need to look something up on my phone.
I'm interested how you're gonna find it.
No, 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 I got this. I got this.
I'm trying
Uh,
to remember when. Like,
the problem is, wait, wait.
yeah.
I
Who are you gonna
the,
ask? Are you gonna call my mom?
I wish I had the number. I don't think I do
You
though.
do. She texted you.
Did she?
Yeah, back in March.
I could scroll back to March.
You could. I feel like there's probably a better way
No, no, no.
to.
This is gonna work. I just gotta find. I just gotta find something.
I'm very interested how you're gonna figure this out. Honestly, genuinely.
Like this could be part of the bit. This is gonna be great.
This is great. This is phenomenal. I'm very
I determined that it's before Thanksgiving and maybe before Halloween.
maybe it is. I don't know. Isn't that wild?
Oh
You know,
no, this is
birthdays. Isn't that crazy?
it actually is going to be a little bit harder than you would think.
I can't remember what happened on my birthday. Um I remember what I did last year on my birthday. I can't remember what I did the year before.
Wait. We can.
God.
Wait. I know exactly what to do. Okay. Sorry. I gotta.
I'm really interested in what your methodology is going to be. I really am. This is going to be
Okay.
very
I'm
interesting.
I'm trying. I'm trying to like remember like very like oh
Yeah, so there's all right. That was my last birthday. Okay, all right. Found that.
what did you do? That's the Oh no, scrolling like looking at every single title of these YouTube videos are gonna take too long. I know one
Oh,
of them will be
that's what I'm
right.
doing. I'm going back all right.
One of them has to be right, but I just cannot for the
That's
life of me read every single title.
2023. That's
Okay.
past my birthday in 2023. All right. Let's see
I'm trying my best to like
what did I do for my birthday in
wait.
2022?
No, that's not
What did I
it.
do? I really can't remember. I remember what I did.
Wait. So
That was what I posted on 2022. Wow, that sucks. That sucks. That was terrible.
as soon as I find a thumbnail that looks different, I'm just gonna have to read it and see what it says.
Around what date are you at?
Uh this actually, you know what? This might not be right. Wait, this is 9 months ago, 8 months ago. Can't tell if that's before or after when you would have uploaded something. I don't know what your
What
turnaround
date are you
is.
on?
I don't know, man. I'm on my phone. Give me a second. Or you know what? Even better. I got this. I got this. Oh, you know what? I have a better idea. That should be even
Uh-huh.
faster.
Uh-huh. Yeah, what's that?
Okay.
All right, now this was 2021. Okay,
Okay.
all
All
right.
right.
That's a
No.
more fitting video. Okay, there we go.
This is going to be even faster. I can already tell.
There we go. There we go. That's probably a better video for a birthday.
Wait. We might be onto something.
All right. Let's see what he's got.
The incredibly influential and highly successful podcast. I am incredibly influential.
All right. He's all right.
am highly successful.
All right.
Is there anyone you wanna dedicate this episode to? By the way, because I feel like there might be someone who just had a special day recently.
You know what? Let me think real hard about it. All right. This is gonna work.
Wait.
Maybe about 2 days ago.
About 2 days ago.
Yeah. All right. You found it. You found it. All right. Okay.
Wait.
Only the most important person in your life.
Just say the date, please.
I guess you're dedicating the episode to me. I didn't remember having a birthday, but
I'm gonna hit you with a fucking train.
Okay.
well, I feel like you're
Everyone,
a little bit, Jennifer.
Everyone,
if
guys.
you can hear Jennifer in the background, she's asking if we've done my birthday special episode yet. And we are now, bitches. Happy birthday to me. We're recording
Oh,
this.
that's what we were talking
Did
about.
I say the
Wait. When
date?
we're recording this?
Whenever you said most
Shut the
important
fuck
in
up.
my life.
Oh my god! I just
Shut the
keep
fuck
talking.
up. Shut up. We're recording this on.
Birthday boy's not very nice.
Shut the fuck up. We're recording
Man,
this
maybe you should have
Thursday.
listened to my advice.
Um,
Retroactively, I bet you're regretting that now, huh?
Next episode came out on my birthday. So, yay, I'm 20. There's been 2 decades.
Wait, did I miss it? What?
Shut the fuck up.
Where did he say it?
Oh, that's what we were talking
Oh,
about.
you missed it. Oh, damn.
Threw me off whenever you said most
Shut the
important
fuck
in my
up.
life.
Shut
Oh
the
my
fuck
god.
Up. Shut
Can't
up.
can't believe you missed it. Wow, that's
Birthday boy's not very
crazy.
nice now, is he?
That's
Shut the
crazy. I
fuck
literally revealed the day. I
Birthday
literally
is
told you
September
when the day
22nd.
was. I can't believe you forgot.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
And that was 2 days after my birthday. The last episode came out on my birthday. So, yay, I'm 20. There's been 2 decades of incredibly influential.
Okay. So now I need to do is I need to go to wait,
RSS.
RSS. Yeah, RSS. And I need to look up RSS
You need to find out the previous
IIHS.
episode. Yeah.
And I need to figure out when the previous episode came out. This is
This bit is terrible.
IIHS. Wait, the road we travel? No, that's not right.
No.
Where's the search button? Oh, I need a link. Oh, dang.
Oh my god.
No. You say
I'm not making this any easier on you, by the way. I'm not gonna
No.
help you.
Let me go to my story archives. No, wait, actually, no. I could just go to the IIHS. I mean the IIHS Instagram and find a link from there probably.
You're gonna have to scroll back quite a ways.
No, I can just find like a link to any episode, right? And then I can just.
That's true. That's true. I guess you're right. I guess you're correct. Do you remember what the previous episode was? Do you remember what number it was?
No. I thank God. I looked at the episode number. That would have been even
What?
worse.
Yeah, because then you'd have to scroll all the way back to find it.
Yeah, I'd have to repeat the process here. That's not good.
Oh my goodness.
I'm actually. Can you believe that I remembered your birthday, which is on?
Here it comes. Here it comes. It was on.
So /podcast/IHSS podcast. Give me a second.
It was on.
Yeah, just keep stalling for the audience.
It was on.
I just really want to build the suspense here for us.
Oh my god.
Podcasts
Oh my god.
/IIHS.
How long is it gonna take?
Give me a second.
Oh my
Wait, so it's
you should have just gone on
RSS,
Threads. If you went on Threads, you can just click the link and
I don't
then
have
go
Threads.
there.
It just takes a second. Okay, I wish that I could have copy pasted the link, but it does not want to let me.
Oh,
Actually, you know
no.
what? Maybe you got like. Oh wait, Linktree.
Yeah, it was in the. I was waiting for you to figure out that it's in the fucking link tree as well. Jesus.
Wait. Oh, I gotta scroll for a bit to find the episode. Give me a second.
Oh my god. What's the episode number, Danny? What's the episode number?
Where is?
What number is
Oh
it?
wait, episode 1, 2. Okay, we're close.
What's the episode number? Which one
Your
is it?
birthday.
Which one is it, Danny?
According. No. I got this. Your birthday is in September, correct?
Sometimes.
No, don't say sometimes. Okay,
On
so
occasion.
it's September 20th.
When the mood strikes me, perhaps.
September 20th.
Jesus, how fucking... I think that took
2002.
literally 5 straight minutes. That had to have taken at least 5
You
fucking
could have
minutes.
stalled better, all right? Like
I don't know how I possibly could have stalled any
can't-
better than I
like
fucking
you probably would have
did.
said your birthday if I didn't keep cutting you off as much as the 23rd episode.
Now, and what did I keep saying? What were my 4 words? What did I keep saying?
I'd have to watch the episode again. I don't want to spoil it for the audience. They have to watch that themselves.
They all literally heard it, dumbass.
Oh, you heard that?
Yes, we could all hear it.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry to say. Could be anything.
Oh my god. What did I keep telling you? Don't you regret it now. Don't you fucking regret it.
I probably could have found a different birthday episode. I don't know why I found the first birthday episode.
I mean, I don't know if the 2023 birthday episode was any more coherent about that. I don't think it was.
The booze birthday bash.
The boozy birthday bash, baby, because it was the one I could drink on. Yeah. I think it took me a minute to get there. I don't know, but yeah.
Yes, September 20th. Like that date's locked in my head. How could I forget? You know.
Yeah. Fuck you. In the horse you rode in on. Fuck you, Spider-Man, and the boat you rode on.
It's kind of a weird way to like say thanks, friend, for remembering my birthday.
I
But
mean,
whatever.
when you do remember it, I'll be sure to let you know.
I did that. Like I didn't have any help, and I found it myself because I went through my memories,
Uh-huh.
and I found it that way.
I thought you were gonna go by YouTube.
That would have taken forever. That's way too many posts.
All right. I've had
Like,
3 birthday uploads. I guess technically 4, but like 3 birthday uploads over my entire YouTube career. And one of them was the finale of Can You Beat Skyrim as She-Hulk, which is just a terrible fucking concept. And
wait, can I type in Kate Thuxton TV birthday? You think they would show up? That could have saved me so much
it
time.
might actually. Just because I put it in the tags of some of those videos. Yeah. Now I'm interested. Hang on.
Birthday stream announcement is the only thing that shows up.
Birthday.
Dyeing my hair for affiliate.
Yeah, that was on my birthday. Yep.
That was on your birthday?
Oh, but yeah, look in the description. If you had looked it up, if I I'm looking at it on my PC right now.
Thanks so much for helping me get to. Wait.
No. In the birthday stream announcement video, it is just a quick reminder. My birthday's on September 20th. Literally.
Oh my god! Like, how was I supposed to know that? There's like, there's no hints here.
But the dyeing my hair stream and the Can I Beat Fallout 4 is myself.
Wait.
Both on my birthday.
I could have wait. No, wait.
I can't believe
It's September.
September.
And also, if you check my schedule, you should see that my birthday is coming up, September the 20th.
Oh, I could have. It was so easy. That was the first
idiot
result on YouTube
the first sentence too.
for
Oh
birthday.
my god, that's hilarious.
It's like I went a very wraparound way to find it, but I wanted to like, I wanted to do it for suspense, right?
You went around your ass to get to your elbow. That's yeah.
And I kept cutting myself off. Past me kept cutting myself off. How are they supposed to know though?
I mean, it's called foresight. When I'm talking, maybe in the future when I'm talking, you should just shut the fuck up and that like automatically. Come on, That's
No. It definitely is more fun in the moment, So even if my future self really regrets it, for this one particular bit, I feel like in the moment it's always worth it,
I mean, you say that now until next year when you have to remember again.
No, it's locked in. I told you. Like I found out. Like I didn't need any help. I found it all myself. Kind of like I remembered it a little bit,
All right.
Kinda.
If all right. That seems like bullshit because I could just say, "Oh, I know everything," because all I have to do is look it up and find out. That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
I feel like
I don't think you want to give me that power.
I feel like in a way, in like a wraparound way, you kind of do know everything though. In the same wraparound way that I also know everything.
If I'm giving you credit for knowing my birthday, then I want you to give me credit for literally knowing all knowledge in the universe.
Well, I feel like at that point, most people know all
you're
knowledge
not
in the
getting it
universe.
back. No, you're not getting it.
You.
Just me.
Well, like I could point you out specifically, but like it
No,
doesn't
just me.
take
Nobody
away from
else.
the fact that everybody.
No,
like, what do
it
you
only
mean?
applies to me. It only applies to me. If we're playing in this pool, if we're peeing in this pool, all right, there's got to be some ground rules, okay? If this is the pool we're pissing in, you gotta play ball the right way. You know what I mean? If I'm giving you credit for remembering my birthday,
I know
because
you're turning this year. Does that count for anything?
How old am I turning?
You're turning 22. That's cool.
How'd you figure that out?
I just remember.
Yeah, sure. Great job. If I'm
I, I
giving you credit for
I knew
that,
you were born in 2002 on September 20th, and I was like, you know what? Let's maybe do some quick math there.
if I'm giving you credit for that, then I want credit for knowing all knowledge in the entire universe. That's, are those terms agreeable? Yes or no?
No, I'm not a big fan of that. But we can say I remembered your birthday.
We
Just
can't actually
we
say that.
can,
That is
we
not the
can.
pool we're pissing in. I'm sorry.
No, we can, we can. Get in the comments.
No, not happening. Not happening. Not happening. Ain't happening. Sorry. Not happening. But, I love that you tried. It's so cute that you tried.
I tried what
To convince everyone.
to convince
It's
everybody of what?
adorable that you remembered my birthday.
Why would I need to convince them of that when they obviously know that I do remember your birthday? Otherwise, how would I have been able
What day
to?
is it?
September 20th. You
What
were born
year?
in 2002.
What did I do for it last year?
Last year, oh man, you got so drunk. So drunk.
Nope.
What do you
Nice
mean?
try.
No,
That's not what happened. I didn't get drunk.
no, 2021. I not 2021. You were 21. You got drunk.
No,
The boozy birthday bash.
not at all,
Yeah.
really.
Well, you drank. That's okay. That's what matters.
Not as much as you'd think. Also, I had a higher tolerance then. I don't know why I had a higher tolerance then than I do now. A year
Mm,
later.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. One of life's
That's
great
the
mysteries.
that's the that's the degenerate drunk in you.
I mean, if I'm a degenerate drunk, you're uh
You're what? Say it.
I don't know, gay. I don't know.
See, that's all you can come up with. You
I don't
really,
know.
you really thought, man, I got him with this one, and that's all you could come up with.
It worked.
I
It
was waiting for a
worked.
zinger, and that's what you give me.
I have a question.
Uh,
Danny.
um,
It's not a big red button question, but I want to ask you a question.
I, I might answer it. I don't know.
What do you think about this, right? What if there was this chick, right? What if there was this girl or guy, maybe, I don't judge, who's like really into giving foot jobs.
Uh
Like
huh.
really into it.
Okay.
But they get into an accident and um they get both their feet amputated.
Okay.
So then they become like Tony Stark and they like design like special foot job prosthetics
Okay.
and they like vibrate and there's like gel and it's like, you know, what
High
would you
tech.
feel about that?
They should live their best life. I guess. That's very, it's a very creative workaround. I commend them for their engineering prowess.
I All right. That's it. That's all you're going to say? Nothing else?
What else do you want me to say?
I don't know.
That I feel like that kind of sums up
Do
my
you
thoughts on it.
do you think a prosthetic could achieve the same quality of foot job success that normal human feet could?
Well, if we're going based off like Iron Man standards, then yeah, probably.
Iron
I
Man
don't, I
is
don't,
fictional.
I don't think that like real life is caught up to like Iron Man level, technology yet. But like, if we could have Iron Man level technology, in any field, I feel like it'd probably be pretty good.
I mean, I just meant like Iron Man level technology. I didn't mean like Iron Man level technology. I just meant like, like Iron Man gets his fucking heart blown up and so he like invents that thing to like keep the, like the shrapnel out
Yeah,
and then it also powers his fucking mech suit. Um I
sure.
I was talking about like, you know, from an injury you design these like powerful prosthetics and shit like that. get back to where you were in life, right?
Mhm.
And that is the fucking foot job king or queen, you know.
Mhm.
Um, would you get a foot job from this person? Yes or no?
Um, I would need to know like the terms and conditions first. Also, I
Uh,
would need like a lot more context.
uh, what do you mean context?
Like how did this opportunity come for me?
Um,
How does the foot job, queen in this instance, happen to know, or happen to like contact me about this opportunity?
I
I
mean,
feel like that's kind of important to know because I'm like, where did you get
email newsletter
email newsletter? I don't like. Do you think that I look at newsletters? Why would I look at this one newsletter?
because it says robot foot job.
I don't know,
Oh my
man.
god, that's a great band name. That's a great. If we ever start a band, that's it.
I
Robot foot
don't.
job.
I don't know if I want to start a band like with that name.
Why?
Like it just. Why is that such a great name? In what
It's
way?
better than Godspeed You Black Emperor. That's
um.
that's a robot foot job is a way better band name than that. Holy shit. All right, would you rather get robot hand job but it's the Terminator hand or robot foot job but it's better than a normal human foot job?
Um. I don't think the Terminator hand was good, right? I mean,
No, it's cold and metal.
probably the latter, but it's like the better of two options. I don't.
It's the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, you're supposed to say neither. I choose to go to heaven because sex before marriage is a sin.
Well, um, the Lord doesn't see certain things. That's what they teach you in Bible school, right?
Oh, maybe he doesn't see it because it's like robots, and it's like that's man's
Exactly.
creation. You're right. You're right. You're right. I
Exactly.
how could I have been so blind? I'm the one with the doctorate in divinity here.
You
You're
know, you
right.
know, you know about loopholes.
I
Loopholes
do.
are a
I
very
mean,
important thing in religion.
one of
You
my
can't forget
favorite
them.
holes, I would say.
Yes, it's like up there in like the whole tier list for sure.
What's your favorite hole if you had to pick one?
Mm, loopholes are definitely up there. Loopholes are
Yep.
no, I would say they're up there.
S tier definitely.
An S tier hole. I'm trying to think of some other good holes. There's a lot of bad holes. That we could definitely throw in like the F tier, like plot holes. Ooh, we don't
Plot
like
holes,
those.
not a fan. Not a fan. You're right. You're
Not a
right. You're
fan of
right.
those. Potholes, not a fan of those
Not
either.
pot plot. Uh, not holes, because then it's just like, well, it's not a hole.
Holes in your knot aren't very good. You don't
And
want some
holes in
knot.
your knot.
You don't want knot holes. Now donut holes, they're pretty up there. I can go for a good donut hole every now and
You
then.
know, but I would say technically, they're not really, holes. Right?
Like they're holes in like in spirit, right? Because like the donut has like a center where like the hole is, and that's supposed to be like the spiritual hole of the donut.
Is it the hole or is it the plug for the hole?
It is
Like
like the
if you
plug
got a
for the
butt
hole,
plug,
but like it's called the donut hole though. You see, I feel like a donut plug that there's like some weird like insinuation behind that.
if you got a butt plug, would you call it a butthole? No, it goes in your butthole.
I
Get
feel
it
like
right.
society isn't ready for that type of logic though. With donut holes, like if you're marketing something, I feel like a donut plug just I don't know, it doesn't have the same ring to it.
I think it does. And maybe in the future we'll get to that point. But I think donut plug is, I think loopholes are better than donut holes because donut holes are not a hole.
Black holes really intrigue me.
Why
I
they got to
feel
be
like
black?
black holes.
Why they
Kind of
got to be
50
black,
50 on
Danny?
them. They're scary, but they're also intriguing, right?
Danny, why they got to be black? Why you got to make it a race thing, dude? What the fuck?
Well, you gotta ask the scientists that. I don't make the rules here.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, you son of a bitch.
The
You
pie
weren't
hole is
even born
definitely up
yet.
there, you know?
Uh huh.
Pie
That's
hole is
fair.
definitely up there, you know. I can't forget about the pie hole. And I feel like, we got a pretty good spread of holes right now, you know? So
Uh huh.
I
In the comments, tell us where you'd rank all these holes.
yeah, and I feel like, like the rest of the holes I want to keep to myself, like for secret. You don't get to know my rating on all the rest of the holes, but there you go. There's all the holes that I could think of at the moment that I would like to share.
I want to know, how do you rate nose holes?
Oof, like it depends. Like what's the job we're trying to do here?
I mean,
Or like on like a general rating scale because
general rating scale, same as all the other holes. Come on,
like in terms of usefulness,
be
definitely
consistent.
up there, Like I need to breathe sometimes and I don't want to open my mouth.
Mouth
But in terms
hole.
of
How do you
like
rate mouth hole?
mouth hole,
Yeah.
like mouth hole really kind of doubles as like two holes. It's like one hole for air, one hole for food, but in the same hole. It's like kind of like a double hole, really, two for one deal.
Uh huh.
Which you can't go wrong with that. I
Two
think
for
mouth
one
hole,
deal. Title of my sex tape.
nice.
Thank you. I'm proud of myself for that one. How about liquor hole? I would name a bar that liquor hole.
Like I said, a good bar name, 10 out of 10 bar name.
GTA I think beat me to the punch. GTA 5 has a bar called Liquor Hole.
They don't need to know.
They don't. And I don't think they have a copyright on it. So fuck you, Rockstar. You know, I will create a bar called Liquor Hole before you release GTA 6. Oh
I
my
would
god.
love to hear my friends go say, "Hey, you want to go to Liquor Hole?" Like that would be my dream.
I would say every time without fail. I don't know. Shouldn't we buy her dinner first?
Now that would be great. Like I feel like after hearing that, I think that'll be my response too. I'll just you just steal your response.
Every single time. Every single time without fail, I would say that. Um,
Why shouldn't you?
yes. I have a big red button.
Yes.
You solve all murders,
Hmm.
but every murderer who's still alive will hunt you down.
Okay. Well, hear me out, right?
Hmm.
By solving all murders, won't I get rid of like a lot of the murderers?
You solve them all, like you know the solution to all of them, but you have to convey that, right?
What do I have proof that I've solved them all? Because it doesn't really help if I can't like do anything with this solve.
I'll say you solve it and you can convince anyone of it, right? Like any jury would like believe you on it, right? But now they're all coming after you. What do you do? Every single murderer in the United States coming after you. What do you do?
Okay, well, there's a few things about this, right? This seems like a lot of work to like convince juries of every murder one by one, and it
If
sounds
you
like
wrote if you wrote out like a pamphlet, right? And sent it to like every court, and like every like judge would enter it into evidence and they would always get convicted 100%, right?
yeah.
But every single murderer has a chance to hunt you down before then. What do you do?
Well, if they believe that I know who the murderers are, I would hope that they would also believe them whenever I say, "Hey, murderers, I think they're coming after me," and I could go into like some sort of protection program, and hopefully that'll help. I would assume that I could throw the murderers off my scent a little bit, if I do that. How would they even know who I am, where I am, if I know who new identity, right?
What if there are murderers that are very high up in government?
Well, wouldn't I be able to know that, like with my information, and like we could kind of like prevent that from happening?
Not
What
really.
if their name go through a database and they're like, ah, yes, that's a politician. Let's not,
Nope.
you
Like,
know.
what if the guy in charge of Witsec fucking is a murderer, and you're like the person who's gonna expose him? You know?
I depend. I guess it depends on how high this murder chain goes, right? Like if it goes all the way to the top, then how am I supposed to
I don't know
decode the
if it
top?
does. I don't know. You know? Trump always said I could shoot someone in the middle of Fifth Avenue and
I
people
feel
would still vote for me.
I feel like there's always somebody above somebody else, right? So like even if you're like high up, if there's someone above you and it comes out that you're a murderer, I feel like you kind of lose your leverage a little bit.
Who is above me?
Um,
Also, why are you jacking off?
no, I'm messing with my kickstand on my phone.
It sounds like you're whacking your shit, dude.
I'm sorry. I'm
You're
just messing with
cranking that shit.
my kickstand. I just like messing with it. I'll stop messing with my kickstand though. I guess.
Uh huh.
Whatever.
You still haven't answered the question.
I forgot what the question was.
Um.
Oh, murderers.
Yeah.
I I think that I will take one for the team, and I will. Oh, I gotta answer this. This is important.
Fuck you, you prick. I'll say. Uh Maybe. I think I would do it, but it would be very difficult, right? Like I'm good at like going to ground. Like I could live off the land for quite a while, but it would be very difficult, you know. I would need like a fucking good head start because I'm sure probably in this town that I'm in there is a murderer, you know. So I would, you know, I'd have to get out of here. They would have to go and find me, but I would, you know, ditch my phone and everything, and then like I would know where like all murderers were, right? Or I'd know who all murderers are, but then like they would also know me, you know, so they would look me up, right? I've got a pretty public presence, you know. Try saying that 5 times fast. Um, it's like they would, you know, they would know what I look like, right? So I'd have to give myself a bit of a makeover, and I'd have to come in, and I'd be like, all right, you know, I'm ready to go. I would have to be like looking out for the right people, and then you know it'd be very very difficult. But I would do it, you know, just because I feel like it'd be funny. I feel like it'd be very funny to like every single murderer in the country like meets up in one place to try and take me out. I think that would be funny, you know? And like I would have to fight every single murderer. I would have to John Wick all the murderers. I think that would be very funny.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes,
Um
indeed.
yeah.
I'm still on the phone, but I'm on hold right now. So
Maybe you should hold both of these nuts in your mouth. How about that?
this is an important phone call. Oh, I gotta go.
All right. Well, Danny's gone. Uh we'll thank the we'll thank the our lovely patrons. Thank you, Justin Connor. We really appreciate your help and your support after all these years. I mean, it's only, you know, 2, but it's still 2 years, you know, 24 months. That's a lot. 25 actually this month. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Um if you want a cool shout out like that, patreon.com/IIHS podcast. You can join the $3 tier. You get a cool shout out and you get to listen to part 1. So up until the ad break, you know, first 30-ish minutes, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. But you get to listen to it as soon as it's done. So, you know, Friday morning, you could have listened to it. And then if you join our $5 tier, including a little week-long free trial, so, you know, you can see if you like it, you get an even cooler shout out, and you get to listen to all these episodes in their entirety, early and ad-free as soon as they're being edited. So, you know, Monday around 11 a.m. And yeah, It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. It's pretty neat.
Pretty
Um,
fun, pretty cool, pretty neat.
you also get access to all of our movie commentaries, right? Instead of just the freebies. So you get the one that we did with Scott Henson, rest in peace. Uh, great, great one. We love that one. I think it's one of my favorites.
You did a
Um,
movie commentary with him?
yeah, we did one
Really?
episode, and then we watched The Rock with Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. We watched that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, you guys should watch it with us. Turn on the commentary. It's great. Um, oh man, yeah, it was phenomenal. Yeah, I was just talking to someone last night uh about that. Um, Also, I was just talking to Katerina earlier in the week about that because she was like, "Oh, this podcast isn't that big." I'm like, "You remember we did like two episodes with Scott Henson, right?" And she's like, "You guys did episodes with Scott Henson?" I'm like, "Yeah, dumbass. Do you not remember that? That's like the coolest thing I've ever done in my entire life." Um, but yeah, that was sweet. So yeah, go check that out. We also did robots, me, Danny, and Kat. Um, where I basically talked the whole time about how I wanted to fuck the robots. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um,
you should definitely watch the movie Robots. Definitely, big recommend.
with our commentary, you gotta specify that with our commentary.
Well, I would say like if you've never watched it, watch it one time by yourself, really absorb it, and then watch it again with our commentary. That way you can like appreciate the jokes more.
I mean, everybody's seen robots once by themselves, right? Come on.
I feel like a lot of people have, but there might be people out there. Can you believe there's people out there that are like I don't know, like 10 years old, and they just don't know anything. They're
Can you
just
believe
dumb,
there are
stupid little
people?
children.
Can you believe there are people out there who don't remember my birthday?
I couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even think I got to the point of why I brought up my birthday, but anywho, yeah.
Yes, but I
Patreon.
would I would um know all the murders, and I would take one for the team there. If I die, I hope I'll get justice for lots of people.
For sure, for sure, for sure.
Yes, that's my answer. Big red button solved.
Uh huh.
Do you
I
agree? Do you not agree?
I'll
Tell
do
us
it.
next time.
What are they gonna call in?
Can we? Can we please?
I mean,
You should plan a call next time. You should plan just to have somebody like come in
like a
for like
live show. Oh man, I wanted to do that. Um, a couple
that
years
could
ago.
that'd be a fun like Patreon tier. Like you get like a if you like it's like a raffle or something. One person gets like a 5 minute segment.
That's actually Danny. Um, that I believe technically is an illegal lottery. Do you know that?
uh, you think so?
Yeah. It has to be no purchase necessary if you're giving something away.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
is would I guess you are kind of giving something away. Well, you can make it on like the free Patreon or something.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe something like that. But yeah, that is technically an illegal lottery. So, I guess free service announcement before we finish the rest of the outro. If you're doing giveaways, don't make them paid. They've got to be free. Only the government can do lotteries like that. It has to be government sanctioned because if not, it is illegal. Mr. Beast is getting a lot of flack for this. A lot of creators have done it in the past, and it's bad.
I
Don't
don't feel like
don't do
it's
it.
that. I feel like the idea isn't bad, but legally, if it's bad,
It
it's bad.
it's bad because it might inspire people who are gambling addicts to spend more uh than they would like. And the idea behind like lotteries, right? Like Mega Millions, Powerball, um and like all the various state lotteries is that all that money, they make more than they give out, and all that money gets like invested into like local infrastructure, right? So it is like preying on people's gambling addictions, but it's like benefiting public works. So it's in theory it's fine.
In theory, it sounds like it's doing the exact same thing, but it's just saying, "Oh, it's okay though because we also do good things." And it's like, I don't know about that.
If you did the math and you said you have a 0.000000000 whatever chance to win the lottery, and make $100 million, but you have a 100% chance to spend this money, and you're spending $5 on a lottery ticket, like in almost every instance, uh, the money you're spending on the lottery ticket is more than you'd be making from the lottery. Like that's just how that works. That's house odds, right? That's how it works in casinos. So
Why
it's
can't people just like have good gambling tendencies and we can have more fun gambling mechanics, you know?
because some people can't handle dopamine. Uh, like
They gotta ruin it for the rest of us who can though. That's so it sucks so much, you know?
I mean,
Well, why can't I have paid loot boxes, you know? I can handle them.
can you? Can you?
Yeah, man, I can handle paid loot boxes. A lot of people can handle paid loot boxes, but there's a few people that can't that ruin paid loot boxes for us.
I mean, okay, if you get to have your paid loot boxes, then I want to have drunk driving.
Okay, well, the thing is, like, one is self-destructive and one could possibly be, like, destructive to other people. I feel
It's
like that's.
not, hey, it's not the drunk drivers that ruin it, it's the drunk crashers.
I think that maybe what we could do is we could designate, like, one particular, like, province or one particular, like, city and have that be, like, the drunk driving city, you know? We only outlaw it in one city. That way, it's
Fuck
like a
yeah,
tourist
you're
destination
right.
almost, you know what I mean,
You're
right?
right, you're right. It's like, yeah, it's like the purge there, right? Like you just go there and you can drunk drive as much as you want. Hell yeah.
The thing is, do we do it in like a really like populated city, like
New
like a
York City.
Houston,
New
or do we
York
do it like
City. Let's do
in
it.
like in New York City?
Fuck you, Manhattan.
Maybe
Fuck you,
every single
Times
year,
Square.
maybe it rotates every year to like a different place, you know?
That would be funny. That would be funny. But how many like major cities do we have that would be able to correct from that?
Well, we don't have to have it be major cities every time, you know? Maybe like every city in the U.S. is like in like a giant wheel,
Oh,
and
maybe
like
they're on like a lottery too. Oh my god, that's great. Now we've tied it back full circle. Now we
yeah,
need to finish this outro. It's been going on too long.
and if they pay the government, they can get out of the lottery.
Oh my god, that's that would be a great way to get people to pay taxes, right? Like
There you
if
go.
you don't pay, the drunk drivers are gonna come. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's a great policy position. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Yes,
This is
threats.
genius.
Threats. That's how
This is
we should run
genius.
government. Just
Yes. Oh my god. We need this is our position number 1 for our political party. Oh my god. This is incredible.
mhm.
Incredibly influential, one
no
might
matter
say.
no matter who wins the election, we gotta push it up to the top guys. We need
Yes.
your help.
Yes. This goes beyond party lines, okay? The protection of drunk driving, it should be bipartisan. You know, go out
Also, loot
there
boxes. Let's not forget about that. Like I feel like we kind of glossed over that initially. Paid loot boxes.
with gameplay benefits, pay to win.
Yes, and if you're a whale, you get even more benefits.
Yes, if you're a whale, they personally send a hooker to your house to give you a blowjob. You
You
know,
know, or other benefits you might want too. You know, like if that doesn't strike your fancy, they have lots of options. You know, it's like a catalog. You know, you get to choose what you want.
if you're spending hundreds of dollars on paid loot boxes, it's safe to say I feel like you'd rather be getting a blowjob. I'm gonna be
Hundreds
honest
of
with you.
dollars? You know, if that's the minimum, then yes. You know, let's go. Let's do it.
Maybe thousands. I don't know. How much money have you spent on Overwatch loot boxes?
On the loot boxes, I almost never spent any money. I think I spent like $40 max on the loot boxes. I've spent way more money on like the battle passes.
Fortnite Battle Pass. I just shit out my ass. We need to finish this outro. It's been going on for too long. We need to restart the outro. Patreon.com/IIHS podcast. $3 tier, Justin Connor, thank you. $5 tier is better. Movie commentaries, ad free episode instead of just part 1. Um, Very cool. Week-long free trial. Try it. If you don't like it, no harm, no foul. We are at IIHS Podcast on Instagram, Threads, and YouTube. Um, uh, uh, what else? What else? What else? What else? I think that's it. I've been incredibly influential.
And I've been highly successful.
Moose Knuckle.